Fluctuations in your emotional state are very normal. No human being feels energized and excited about life every day. There are going to be times where you wake up and you're not quite yourself and you don't know why. Sometimes you don't know why. You're like, man, I'm just not feeling it today. Maybe you had 8 hours sleep. Maybe you had a nice breakfast. But for some reason, you just don't feel quite like yourself. And maybe you're just sat at your desk and you're thinking, fuck, man, I don't want to do nothing today. I've got to do this again? Really? Can't be fucking asked. And sometimes you actually start to resent the work that you do. And it starts to feel like a chore. And if that happens, well, it's very important to get back to the original reason as to why you started that thing. But I just want to say that those emotional fluctuations are very normal. Very, very normal. And you must recognize that it's normal. There's nothing wrong with you just because you don't feel like doing the work today. However, there's a phrase that I heard many years ago, which is discipline your emotions. Do not let your emotions run you. Now, look, I'm going to make some exceptions. If, God forbid, you hear a tragic situation has unfolded in your family, someone's passed away, someone's seriously in hospital, things like that, I'm not going to tell you to suppress that emotion. No. It's a very natural human response to worry and maybe even cry. And obviously when someone passes away, you know, most human beings cry. So that's very normal. I don't want you to think, oh yeah, he's telling me not to feel any emotions. No. However, what the phrase discipline your emotions is referring to is the day-to-day fluctuations that occur. And the reason why it's very important to discipline those minor fluctuations in emotion is because if you don't, you'll never get anything done. You'll be at the mercy of your emotional state. And when you feel great, you do the work. When you don't feel great, you don't do anything. And if that continues to repeat itself over weeks and months and years, you'll never achieve what it is that you're setting out to achieve. So if you don't feel like going to the gym, go. If you don't feel like working on your business, spend 1 hour working on it. Is it going to be a perfect hour? No, it's not about seeking perfection here. It's about doing something because it reminds your brain that you're still in charge. It doesn't paralyze you and causes you to be in a state of inaction. No. You tell your mind, listen, I still run the show just because I feel like shit today. You ain't going to talk me out of doing this workout. I'm still doing this workout. And even if it's not my best workout, I'm leaving this gym having completed this workout. Even if the weights aren't as high as my normal workouts, I'm doing something. That's you disciplining your emotions. That's you doing the work despite your frustrations or maybe your, you know, whatever state that you're experiencing, you're doing the work despite all of that. I'm still doing it. I'm still going to do it. It's so important that you approach things this way because I experienced this myself. In my late teens, early 20s, man, I had periods of weeks and months where I made the excuse that I'm not quite myself, I don't feel ready, and, you know, sometimes I justified not doing anything for weeks on end because I'm annoyed at something or, you know, I'll find a reason. And in life, you either have reasons or results. And then it got to a point where I realized, Ali, if you continue the way that you're continuing right now, you'll never get anything fucking done. you'll never get anything done. So, okay, if I'm scared, I'm going to do it scared. If I'm angry, I'm going to do it angry. Whatever emotion I'm feeling, that emotion isn't going to stop me from doing the work. In fact, sometimes if you're working out and you're angry, you have some of your best workouts. If you're angry at something, maybe, I don't know, you've recently experienced a breakup and you're angry as to how it unfolded. Sometimes harnessing that anger in the gym is the best one. Obviously, so I say sometimes. Harnessing that anger in the gym is probably the best way that you can harness that energy. Certainly not by, being physical with anybody, of course, but releasing that frustration in the gym is going to help you. There's a positive ROI attached to that. Bottling it in, staying indoors, not going out, and still retaining this anger is going to eat you alive. It's going to frustrate you big time. And you might resort to porn or something else to try and let off some steam, right? Which is never, of course, a wise idea anyways. So discipline your emotions. Don't let your emotional state of mind cripple you into inaction. Wake up, recognize the emotional state that you're in. Tell yourself, okay, well, I'm not quite myself today. I know something's not quite right. However, despite how I feel, I'm still going to go to the gym tonight because going to the gym will make me feel better. Most of the time, your feelings of anxiety and frustration can be rectified by just moving your body, going on a walk. It doesn't have to be a heavy weight session, but going on a long walk, going for a run, lifting weights, most of the time that fixes it. If there's something deep and underlying, of course, that takes a bit more time to recognize and work towards. And most of the time, people feel this sense of frustration because they don't know what's bothering them. When you don't have clarity on the situation, you continue operating in this confused, frustrated state. When you know what's bothering you, you can at least address it, right? But when you don't know what it is, you haven't gained clarity on it. You just continue just waking up every day annoyed, and you don't know why. Okay, and even if you do know why, sometimes as a human being, you're just going to wake up and you're just going to not feel like yourself. You don't need an explanation all the time. Sometimes it's just biologically, the chemistry, the hormones, whatever it is, a mix of different things. It's just not quite working out today and you don't feel like yourself. It is what it is. The point of this video is do not allow this to take you out of the game. Stay in the game despite all of that. Stay in the game. No, I'm going to do it anyways. Because in a year, 2 years, 3 years, you'll thank yourself. You'll thank yourself for the sheer consistency. Even Cristiano Ronaldo released an interview recently with this brand that he's currently collaborating with, where he said that, does he feel like going to the gym every day? Does he feel like working out daily, sometimes twice a day? No. But he does it anyways. And I know a lot of people relate to the fitness examples, but this also applies to business. If you've got a project that you really want to work on and you haven't worked on it in months because you feel a little bit upset or anxious, you ain't getting anywhere. And you can sit there and justify it, well, it's because I went through this, great. But you say you want this dream life, you say you want all of these fancy things, you're going to have to do the work, regardless of how you feel. It's one of the harsh realities of life. Regardless of how you feel, it's got to get done. All right? So the point of this fucking video, to sum up, is discipline your emotions and do it anyways. Do it scared. Do it anxious. Do it angry. Whatever emotional state that you're in. Do it with that emotional state. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.